Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So I'm feeling particularly splendid this morning, particularly in a good mood. It's we're in the high holiday seasons in the Jewish world, the Jewy neck of the woods. The high holiday starts with the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah. It's a 2-day holiday, and that was on was it Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday, right? And then on Thursday was the fast of Gedalia, which sucks a bit. I don't know, but this is a 10-day period between Rosh Hashanah, Jewish New Year, and Yom Kippur, the holiest day. So what's really going on in this time is on Rosh Hashanah, you're supposed God judges everybody. It's called the Day of Judgment. Jews when they want to have a bit of a New Year's bash, they don't get down and have a bit of a drink. No, we have to go. Oh no, we're being judged. It's like, what makes this a downer? That will do it. But you try and work on yourself to make yourself. That's where New Year's resolutions come from. You'd resolve to be better. The story is that God opens up 3 books. He has the book of life and the book of death and the book of the middle people, right? The book of the middle. So if you're written in the book of life, pretty good news, mate. It means you're done. You can put your feet up for the rest of the high holidays. If you're written in the book of death, not such good news. But you got 10 days to try and repent and make yourself a better person on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, right? But most people have written in the third book, the middle book, the book of the middle path. That basically says you got half the deeds you did this year were good, the other half were bad, right? So you're kind of in the middle, right? And that's basically where you're supposed to look at. But if you're lucky, if you're really, really lucky and the good Lord smiles upon you, he will send you a sign of how successful that your judgment was. Right after the Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, the Day of Judgment, he'll say, and the good Lord did that for me. The good Lord did that for me. He smiled upon me. Those little scamps at Screenrant wrote the greatest Doctor Who article of all time. I can't think of a better gift the good Lord could bestow upon me than pure Screenrant insanity for us for our delight and titillation, which we will be having a lot of as we read it together. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? That'll be fantastic. Double dozy. Can you hit the share button? I think the more people know about this, the better. That's actually very, very nice. Thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button now. YouTube have grown much like the serpent in the Garden of Eden. He grew jealous of Adam's great righteousness. YouTube have grown jealous of me, of course, because my YouTube subs have gone very well, and they just took a bunch off me. So if you're not subscribed, if you could consider hitting the subscribe button, that'd be lovely. And if you are subscribed, can you make sure you're still subscribed? And if you're not, can you click that resubscribe button? That'd be very, very nice. Thank you very much. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think, and honestly, please do. And especially if you disagree with me, right? I did a thing on Lower Decks, Star Trek Lower Decks earlier this week, and I was surprised how many people were like, "Oh man, I like Lower Decks." I'm like, really? I didn't understand it, right? I don't understand how one likes Star Trek Lower Decks and likes Star Trek, right? It seems. It seems like two contradictory things, but there you go. But so do let me know everything. And of course, the algorithm does eat up all your lovely comments. So, nim. Thank you very much. And you'll be super nice. Go check out my Indiegogo. It's over here. Go check out my Indiegogo. Link is in those. This is going to print in the next. They say in about a week. I don't know if we're. That's for the UK orders. I don't know about the US right now. Inflation, baby. That whole Biden inflation thing, that ain't a joke. Man, that's crazy. The cost of printing has risen about 53% in the last 3 months. Right? In the US, about 3 months ago, right, to print in the US was slightly cheaper than the UK. Now it's like 45% more expensive than the UK. So I'm waiting to hear back if I'm just going to print them all in the UK and have a big pallet sent to the great John Malin, who's doing my fulfillment in the US. Or I'm going to print in the US and ship from there. I don't know. I have to put. I think the quickest way would probably be printing in the US, so you don't have to send it on a big boat, or even a small boat for that matter. By the way, pro tip that I learned from my father: if you're retired, if time is not like a massive a constraint for you, right, and you need to travel, between America and the UK or anywhere really, what he would do, he would book passage on these shipping boats, right? These big cargo boats. And they would have they would take on about 10, 20 passengers. And you would have unlimited luggage. It would take about 2 weeks. And it would be cheaper than living, because you get free food all the way through. It was cheaper than living in the UK or the US for that time. And you just get, again, unlimited luggage. So a pro tip for you there. So anyway, go check out my Indiegogo. These are 2 freaking awesome comic books. They're going to print very soon. You got The Imperium, a love letter to Teddy Fantasy 1960s, and Biblical, Bible Source, Aces, Tracers, Rationals, Rogues. You get this wonderful poster if you buy both books, Noble Savages. Oh man, that's such a good poster. And you get the For the Male Gaze cards, cards based on my teenage titillations. That still work pretty much today. Thank you very much, Sonic Ratchet, and the art in this. I'm going to give you another poster as well. We've done very well. The campaign's done excellent. So I'll give you a choice another poster. Look at this Capaldi. That's just great. I love this freaking poster. What's it? That's a behemoth. Not a behemoth. This is Great Balls of Fire. This was going to be called Reverse the Polarity of the Neutron Flow. But it wouldn't fit into the thing that Indiegogo has. But here's the thing I want to draw attention to: hand-drawn sketch cards. You can get Dominic will draw you a sketch of whatever you want. This level is about $80. You get all the books and all the extras. Plus, you get an original piece of artwork. If you want to supercharge it, for $150, he will draw you a full-color trading card. And look, just go check them out. They look so freaking good. It's unbelievable. And then you want to go crazy, $250. He'll make it 3D. He'll sculpt it, put lights into it. And if you want to be really crazy, get yourself a piece of original art. Only one of these has been sold, actually. So there's a ton there. But anyway, so again, this is wrapping up probably by this time next week. It'll be over. I can't wait. I can't wait because I want to move on to my next thing. So there you go. Please do check that out. Fine. Now, checking things out. This is just gold. This is just gold. Doctor Who. 10 ways, Chris Chibnall. And this is not a misprint. You're actually reading this. 10 ways Chris Chibnall is the best showrunner. 10? 10 ways? How are they going to come up with 10 ways? Okay. The writers have brought a truly fresh slant to Doctor Who. Yeah, he made it shit. He made it unwatchable shit that nobody likes. That is a new slant on it. That's true. Doesn't make him the best. I mean, unless you like unwatchable shit that nobody can watch, right? If that was his goal, he's done a great job. If that wasn't his goal, I think this guy might be a little bit crazy. Which may make him the sci-fi series best showrunner to date. Now, in all fairness, I read an article by this guy, Sean Bassett, a couple of days ago, right? Oh, man, because the Jewish New Year, I had to, I got to get 3 or 4 days worth of content ready in one day. Oh, that was a rough day, let me tell you. And I read one of this guy's articles, and he is just crazy. Here we go, a second. Sound off. During his time as Doctor Who showrunner, Chris Chibnall has proven himself to be one of the show's most influential creators. Well, influential? I mean, he has complete dominance. There's no influence. He has absolute complete dominance right up until the time that I think he was fired. Right? I mean, I really think he was fired. So influential? I mean, yeah, he has torn up Doctor Who completely. I mean, but for me, Doctor Who ended with Capaldi. I've re-edited it. He's regenerated, face to white. She's not there. She's not part of canon. And I'm convinced that he's going to end Doctor Who with the death of Doctor Who, right? I am convinced. That is his plan, to end Doctor Who, his run on Doctor Who, with the death of Doctor Who. And then if they ever bring it back, which they probably won't, I mean, I don't know, they're saying 5 years. It'll be a reboot, right? But I think he's going to end the 1963 run. That's that. Yeah, sort of, mate. Here's the thing you got to understand: Doctor Who isn't real, right? Our headcanon is as real as anything. And like, look, you want to call this canonical? No. I mean, listen. If you want, you know what it's like, and I found this going throughout the entire world right now. We have one neighbor. We have one neighbor who I really like, who are really, really nice, intelligent people, right? I really genuinely like them. Their kid is fantastic. He's just a great guy. But they're the one neighbor who are really, really into Biden, right? And I live in Samaria, in Israel, and they're not so pro-Biden around my neck of the woods, right? So this person doesn't think there's any electoral fraud whatsoever, which there might not have been, for all I know. None of us really. I guess if there was people who did it, they probably know. But here's the thing, we had all these, all this like testimony, all this eyewitnesses of things that seem like irregularities, and then the response was no. The person said had signed off on it, and everything's kosher, right? So to me that sounds like whenever you buy anything kosher, it's got a little kosher symbol. There's different kosher symbols. You have a little kosher symbol on it, and you get a packet of bacon, and it prints the kosher symbol on it. It's called OU is a big one. In England, it's a much more a pain in the ass. They don't do it so much. You have to have a book. Was it the London Bet Din, I think? Beth Din. They spell it in a weird way. But the so it's kind of like that, Yeah, it says on the cover kosher, right? On the inside, it's not. So the same thing, yeah. He has, it says Doctor Who on the cover, right? On the titles. Doesn't bear any relation to Doctor Who as far as I can see. This Jodie Whittaker's a moron. I mean, that's how they play the Doctor. I can't accept her as a Doctor. She's a conformist. I can't accept that. I'm sorry. I don't think that's the Doctor. He has ushered in the show into a bright new era of diversity and representation. Yes, he has. How's that worked out? How's that worked out for you, mate? Not so good, right? Not so good. Everywhere there's been ushered in a new era, a bright new era of diversity and representation, hasn't worked out that great. Go woke, go broke is the universal refrain, and it's very true. This week they were talking about how great Shang-Chi did. It's the lowest opening Marvel movie. When you adjust for inflation, it's the second lowest opening Marvel movie. And they're saying, it broke all the records! At last, Asian people can be superheroes. I mean, really? Nobody's saying Asian people can't be superheroes. Proving that there's space for all in the Doctor's rusty TARDIS. Well, there's a lot more space now, because no buggers watching it anymore, is there? There's a lot more space, a lot more roomy in here now than it was in fandom a few years ago. Many choices are likely to leave significant impact on Doctor Who's future. Yeah, like ending it. That's a significant impact on Doctor Who's future. Him actually ending Doctor Who. As Chibnall has opened the door to previously unexplored storytelling avenues. Yeah, making Doctor Who shit. Right now, Doctor Who can be a tub of lard. Doctor Who can be a small helping of blancmange. Doctor Who can be freaking anything, right? Whilst remaining true to the heart of the show. No. How is that again? How is making a moronic conformist the Doctor remaining true to the heart of the show? Yeah, exactly. The writers have brought a truly fresh slant to Doctor Who. You said that 3 times now, and the fresh slant remains to be that the fresh slant is shit, right? Which may make him the show's best showrunner today. Really? I mean, are you paid by the word? Casting the first female Doctor Who. That's the reason he did it. This is the reason he did it. So people say, ooh, he cast the first female Doctor Who. How stunning. How brave. Oh, so stunning and brave. Also considered one of the best things Jodie Whittaker has done. Really? I mean, like has Jodie Whittaker, is she known for shitting all over herself in public? Because if she is, then this will be one of the best things she's ever done. If she isn't, not so much there. I don't know what to tell you. Not quite so much. Fine. Oh, a second. Fine. In January 2017, when Peter Capaldi announced he was leaving, Doctor Who speculation was arrived that the next Doctor will be played by a woman. These theories have been proven right when Broadchurch actor Jodie Whittaker was cast in the role, and was shit. Casting a woman in the lead part after previously having been played exclusively by white British men. Oh, what? That makes a big difference, right? White British men. Because you're a racist! You're a freaking racist. Was without a doubt a bold choice to make. No, it wasn't, right? It was not a bold, it was the cowardly choice to make, right? It was utter cowardice, which is what this era Doctor Who is. Utter cowardice. It's like, oh, how can we be the biggest conformist possible? Oh, I know. Let's gender swap Doctor Who. I mean, like, gender and race swapping and making people gay, making people bi, that's all they've got. That's all this generation of writers can do, right? They, you know what? Let's make the $6 million man, but make him a woman. Does that scare you, bigot? Not really. It just sounds like it's going to be shit. I mean, I'm reasonably scared of shit, but not that scared. Bold choice, but one that absolutely paid off. How? How is losing 70% of your audience absolutely paying off? Like, I would love to meet this guy. The move not only up the role to a larger portion of diverse actors. Again, it could have worked, but it didn't. But also gifted young girls their own version of Doctor Who to look up to. This is a relentless lie. This relentless lie that, oh, at last girls have a role model they can look up to. Oh, heaven to Bessie. No, there are less girls interested in Doctor Who now than there were before Jodie Whittaker arrived. Why? Because there are less people watching it. They've lost 70% of their audience, which means, and amazingly, and I know this is going to blow your mind, that means half of those were women, right? Yeah, you've lost. Okay, so yeah, they don't. You know who feels good about this? Crazy transvestites who want to feel that their worldview is correct and endorsed. Right? They're not little girls. Not little girls. It's and it's. I saw this TikTok video on Twitter, libs on TikTok, of this woman talking about how terrible it is. To call a little girl princess. Oh no, don't call princess. That limits her. Excuse me. Oh yeah, all the T people in the world, they love being called princess because they like being girly, right? And that I don't want to tell you, mate. So yeah, not so much. The own version Doctor Who to look at. They looked up plenty to Matt Smith and David Tennant. Let me tell you, a grounded approach. Yeah, we made it boring and shit. I mean, look at this. Oh God, they're all so shit. It's unbelievable. With a show as heightened and fantastical as Doctor Who, it can be hard sometimes for more casual audiences to relate to the situations that the Doctor and their companions find themselves embroiled in. So we made it boring. I mean, do you remember the publicity stills for the revolution of the Dalek? Do you remember that? Them sitting around a kitchen table. Oh, that's fantastic stuff. That is. That gets the pulse racing. Ugh. This is something that Chibnall clearly understands. He doesn't understand anything. Having decided to pay particular focus on the companion's personal circumstance. No! None of these people are characters. We got the black one, we got the brown one, we got the white one, okay? That's their character. Yaz had zero character other than like she was the bestest ever. Then I think was it 3/4 of the way through her episodes, it turned out she had mental illness for some time because she was a Muslim in Yorkshire. Were you freaked out by the overcrowding? You wanted to be different and everybody was the same. Was that the problem, Yaz? And now she's a lesbian. Okay, so okay. But no actual character, right? Look, you want character? Look at Rusty Davies' run, okay? People don't like Rusty Davies' run. Characters there were freaking off the charts. Look at Moffat's run. Amy Pond, a real character. To have a character you can relate to and you can identify with, they got to have weaknesses. They got to have flaws. And this is something Chibnall can't write because they're girls, and girls can't be shown to be anything other than stunning and brave and super in everything. Because girls have been held down by the evil male patriarchy. I'm so sorry, I'm white. I'm so sorry, I'm white man. Can I check now, please? Fine. This is something I clearly understand. Having decided personal turn. In the first episode, Woman Fell to Earth, Chibnall effortlessly introduces the viewers to a new companion. It will seem quite efforted to me. How do I get back over there? 1 second. Now I've got to try and recite. There we go. Effortlessly introduce viewers to the lives of companions Graham, Ryan, Yaz, by giving glimpses into everyday lives. Okay, throughout both series, he returns to the present time, showing how the companions, friends, and loved ones are affected by their disappearance. Again, done way better by Russell T Davies. I would say the Chris Chibnall era, if anything, reads like bad karaoke of good Doctor Who. He ripped off things that had been done before that worked, putting his own ridiculously bad spin on it. Right? So well done there. Somehow showing how the kind of this makes instantly relatable to viewers as it normalizes the otherwise exaggerated experiences and grounds them within human context. Okay, listen, mate, I got a question for you. I understand this is your theory, right? I understand this is your little theories. But how does that compare to reality? Reality is it hasn't been more relatable. The Yorkshire setting, okay, because honestly, if aliens invaded, I don't know. I think you're probably safe in Yorkshire. They'll be like, yeah, bollocks, we'll leave that alone. I think we're just going to invade Vegas. Let's just go where the weed and the hookers are. Okay, we'll leave Yorkshire to its. I guess they have the weed and hookers in Yorkshire as well, but I guess they're not as fun as the Vegas weed and hookers. If you know a comparison of the of the Yorkshire weed and hookers and the Vegas ones, please write in and let us know. We are intrigued to know. Since Doctor Who returned in 2005, the show's present-day location has largely circulated around London. Yes. Why? Because Russell T Davies very, very clearly wanted to make it a very recognisably English show, a flag-wavingly English show that the international audience would adore. That's why he pumped in them tons of London landmarks of red London buses, London Eye. Why? Because he wanted to be able to go, oh, it's so English, but it's so different, right? Yeah. The result, the Earthbound story becomes somewhat predictable in later years. Most episodes revolve around alienators taking place within the UK capital. Thankfully, Chibnall has rectified this by opting to set most of the present-day stories within Yorkshire City, Sheffield. And again, how's that worked out? It hasn't been what we would call an unmitigated success, has it? This change of location has brought a real breath of fresh air to proceedings, with Earthbound stories being free to show new locations that had not been featured prior to the series. And they're all boring! Every one of them is boring. Gone are the repetitive tops of St. Paul's Cathedral and Big Ben. Yeah, all the things that make you feel good and make you feel all British in. Yay! And replaced by the instantly forgettable Sheffield skyline. I mean, look, you could have done Liverpool, and we could have the Mersey, what was it, the Cavern Club or something. Casting Bradley Walsh, the only thing he did right. No, he did a couple of things right. But it's by accident. That Cybermen design was very good. I like this Dalek spaceship. Kind of like Mr. Big. He was he was one of the few things even though he's a very, very obvious Trumper-like, but he's so charismatic compared to Jodie Whittaker. So, I don't know. One of the most impressive aspects of Doctor Who since the 2005 revival has been continued to attract major British names. The series has seen famous faces such as Catherine Tate and Matt Lucas take on the part of Doctor's companion. However, perhaps one of the most inspired choices has been Chris Chibnall's decision to cast Bradley Walsh as Graham O'Brien. You know what? I agree with him there, right? But, doing something slightly less shit than the rest doesn't make it good, right? It's hard to imagine how Chibnall could have cast his role any better, with many considering Graham to be one of the Doctor Who's best companions. Well, honestly, I would like to see Bradley Walsh with David Tennant or Matt Smith or Peter Capaldi. I think he's pretty good, right? I think that would be interesting, but with Jodie Whittaker, not so much. Walsh offers a funny and tragic performance as Doctor Who companion, which soon finds himself a widow after his wife Grace dies in the opener of season 11. Listen, the truth is, Bradley Walsh's character had the heroic arc of season 11, right? He was the hero of it. Because I think because the vacuum that Jodie Whittaker left. Arachnids in the UK. Okay, at the time of watching it, it was the worst story I'd ever seen. Right? I gave him a pass on Rosa, because it was a very special episode of Doctor Who. So it's oh wow, the 10 worst things Doctor Who has done so far. God, that's kind of. I think I've done a video on that, but that sounds awesome. Doctor Who is known for its horror tropes. Yeah, there was no horror in it whatsoever. With many viewers over the years having to hide behind the sofa from serious monsters creation, Chibnall is no exception. Yes, it is. Everything in it was boring. Like, nobody was scared of anything. This is why you've lost 70% of your audience. The Chibnall era is no exception, with a few episodes sending the viewers trembling and fright. None of them. Perhaps the most successful is Arachnids in the UK, penned by Chibnall, which presented one of the show's most terrifying takes on spiders. They were boring! They weren't monsters. They just died because they were too big. Which the Doctor didn't save them because she's useless. The episode is a masterclass of writing creepy storytelling. No, again, this guy is freaking... whatever this guy is smoking, I want some. Right? This has got to be the best drug ever that can make you think that this is good Doctor Who. Man, that's got to be good, whatever it is. One of the most striking moments is when the giant spider crawling out the bathtub, particularly okay, fine, he got a special effects company to do something. Particularly horrifying and unsettling image that lingers in the mind long after the episode finishes. Nothing about this era lingers in the mind after the episode finishes, right? Has anybody ever wanted to rewatch an episode of Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who? Nah, not that many. It's a terrifying piece by Chibnall and one of his strongest works of Doctor Who. I agree with you there, but it's shit. It's one of his strongest things to Doctor Who, and it's unwatchable shit. His approach with returning monsters, not having any for a first year, to where we went, until he saw the ratings take a nosedive, and then, I bet the monsters in second year, and they pretended like that was always the plan. I can't stand, that when he was doing the press thing for Resolution, God help him that he should do it on Christmas Day or have say Dalek in it. He's like slightly said, we should do more of that next year. Okay, you ever seen the show Ever Decreasing Circles? Richard Brars, Peter Egan, from the 80s sitcom, about this super uptight guy who's not very inventive, and he's married to, is it Patricia Heaton, is it? What was her name? She ended up playing the Prime Minister, what was her name? Minister of Flydale North. Whoever it is. Somebody will say in the comments. But he had this really boring friend called Howard, right? It was far more boring than him. That's Chris Chibnall, right? That is Chris Chibnall. Over the course of the show's history, there have been many monsters that have returned numerous times due to their popularity. Or Chibnall, not due to his popularity. Sometimes these return periods can fail to live up to their previous stories, but occasionally the show's creators manage to satisfy the audience expectations for a rematch. Never happened with Chibnall. This is absolutely the case with Chris Chibnall. This is absolutely the case with Chris Chibnall, man. Oh my God, what are you sniffing? No! Okay. My God, have you been eating dung again? What the hell is up with this guy? Who has proven he has a strong handling in the way of, trying to have a strong handling in the way these monsters are presented on screen. Particularly noteworthy are the Daleks and Cybermen. Resolution considered one of the best Dalek stories of the new Doctor Who series. No. No, it wasn't. No. Okay, here's a sign. You know, it's not considered one of the best Daleks. So one of the best stories, right? Of Doctor Who. If it's got Jodie Whittaker in it, it's probably not. Right? She's awful. Yeah, I think there were some bits of the season 12 which weren't as terrible as like season 11. But then you have Jodie Whittaker come in. I think Revolution of the Daleks is a great example. Some bits are like, yeah, some bits weren't as awful. But as soon as you have Jodie Whittaker on screen, she's a wrecking ball of suck. So no. Because one of the best Dalek stories of the series. Okay, mate. Neatly demonstrates the unstoppable strength of the Dalek, whilst Haunting of Villa Diodati was boring. My God, a boring story with Lord Byron and Mary Shelley not doing coke off each other's asses, right? That's really what you want when you have a bit of Byron and Mary Shelley. Go and listen to the Big Finish version. It's so much better. Audience are introduced, and particularly a party converting Sidemen Ashtan. A great idea. Yes, that was a great idea. Completely fumbled by the breathtaking incompetence of Chibnall. Who chingly recounts how he killed his own children. These episodes didn't really work in Doctor Who, mate. These episodes contributed greatly to restoring the fear factor of these monsters. I think the design did. Honestly, the Sidemen we saw, they're best Sidemen we've ever seen, in my opinion. Who had previously lost some of their impact due to frequent defeats. I'm not sure that's the case. Surprises! Okay, surprises have to make sense for them to be any good. Previous showrunners have struggled greatly in keeping the contents of their series a secret. A bit too much with Chibnall. He struggles so much to keep it a secret that he doesn't advertise them at all, and it doesn't really go down very well as a result. With many plot points and returning characters leaking out due to either set photos or press interference, Chris Chibnall has taken a particularly strong stance in attempting to prevent these leaks and proven surprisingly successful, but very unsuccessful in promoting Doctor Who. Like, for example, we know there are Sontarans, we know there are Weeping Angels, we know there are Daleks in the upcoming series, right? We know that they all of which would generate interest, right? But he's not interested. No, got to keep it secret. Don't want anybody to know what we're going to be doing. Oh, look, we got the what's the name from Game of Thrones? Oh, that's the way they do it. Oh God, I hate him so much. I just do. He's so shit at everything. Gibbons' determination to keep spoilers under wraps has resulted in many reveals. The most memorable moments of returning characters and surprise they know are being kept a secret until transmission, because nobody gives a shit anymore. It's not hard to keep a secret that nobody cares about, right? Like, it's like, audience were gobsmacked when Joe Martin was revealed as a fugitive Doctor. Not really gobsmacked in the Future of the Doom, where writers revealed that the Doctor to be the timeless child. Yeah, mate. Whoa. Let's back that. Let's back that one up a little bit, shall we? Okay, fine. A mystery is only good if it's not, if it's in any way fits into what's gone before, right? It was so badly handled, the Dr. Joe reveal, right? When the Doctor was desperately digging away at her TARDIS. Oh, they were digging at the ground, said, there's a grave, I've got to dig this up to find out the mystery. And inside was the TARDIS. It made no sense whatsoever. And then they couldn't get into the bloody TARDIS because it was buried under bloody ground, idiots. So they had to teleport in. It was shit, okay? And then we had Dr. Joe, Dr. Ruth, whatever her bloody name is. And she says, oh, I don't recognise you. You must be a future Doctor. But Jodie Whittaker says, I don't recognise you. You must be a future. And nobody knew who she was. Nobody knew who each other was or what's going first, what's next and all that. But did they stop and try and work out the mystery? No. Forget it. Just forget it. Because it's written like shit. Talking about written like shit, Timeless Children. Please say no more. Spyfall. Oh, it's like, again, I can't believe I went into this one with an open mind, right? I go look at my channel. Around this before it came out, I have a video saying I'm ready to have my heart broken again by Doctor Who. Basically, I was saying I was ready to give it another go, right? Maybe they course corrected, maybe we got to go. Whittaker was awful. Whittaker is just freaking awful in this role. And the story was, well, it fixed some of the ongoing problems of previous Doctor, of the previous season 11, having monsters and excitement in them. It wasn't very good. Bottom line, just wasn't very good. Especially when the Doctor gets sucked away to this weird nether realm full of like vacuum cleaner hoses. That's what it looked like to me. In many ways, series openers gives the show's most important episodes. They give the showrunner a perfect opportunity to grab the audience interest early on and set the tone for the remainder of the series. Well, that's exactly what happened. We started with the lowest rated season was a festive episode until the next one, which was the lowest rated one. That's after the viewership took another 40% hit over the course of the year. Over the course of the 10 pitiful episodes they could squeeze out. Both Chris Chibnall's series contain particularly strong opening episodes. No, they don't. But perhaps a standout season tells Spyfall. Good production values in a lot of it, right? I want to be fair. Here Chibnall delivers an amusing riff on the British spy franchise James Bond, setting up the film's iconic tropes, including signature music and the frequent casino location. Oh god, that was awful. It only works to be funny and jokey if you can be tough as well. She can't, so there you go. It also feels like a strong callback to the Pertwee era. No, it doesn't. Particularly with inclusion of the Master. No, it doesn't. Who constantly in the presence, who was a constant presence. No, he wasn't. In the Pertwee time of the TARDIS. Okay, no, wrong. Disabled representation. Really? And this good-looking bloke is your disabled. This good-looking, able-bodied bloke is your disabled representation, right? Okay. Which they forgot about. They mentioned it in the beginning of the first episode and the end of the last episode, and all the way like 3 episodes later, he couldn't. First episode, he can't ride a bike, right? Oh God, I got dyspraxia, can't ride a plump. You can do it, son. Go on, give it a bit of welly. Yep. And then 3 episodes later, he's doing backflips, playing shooting out robots, right? Because nobody cares. Nothing matters. For a show as progressive as Doctor Who, it's somewhat surprising to learn the program rarely features characters with disabilities. You got Syl. Here's the truth: there aren't many people with disabilities. If TV was a reflection of the society that it's trying to entertain, then you're not going to see many people with disabilities on TV. And listen, I'm up for there being a hero in a wheelchair. I would really love them. Not that this is a disability, but this is in the same ballpark, I guess. If they did an American version of Doctor Who to cast Peter Dinklage as the Doctor, right? I think he'd be fantastic at the role. I'm like totally up for that. This is not it at all. For a show with someone with disabilities, while the extended media has performed better on this front, the main series focuses largely on non-disabled characters. Like the rest of the world, this all changed with the Chibnall era, with the introduction of the first character with a disability. Oh God! Yes. Look, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. How I suffer for you. How I suffer for you is unbelievable. For his first two series, Chibnall Jr.'s character, Ryan Sinclair, a young man from Sheffield with dyspraxia, who they never mention apart from this first episode and last episode. Dyspraxia is a condition rarely featured on TV because it's not that interesting. They're making a major stepping point for representation. In the episode, The Ghost Monument in Kablan, Chibnall showed struggles that Ryan faces while ensuring that he demonstrates that Ryan's dyspraxia does not hold him back, because he forgot about it completely. Number 1, casting Sacha Dhawan as the Master. Oh God. No, don't be wrong. I think Sacha Dhawan as Master was actually pretty good, right? I think he was pretty darn good. I think the script was awful, and I would like to see what he could have done with a different with a real writer doing it. For much of the Master's 50 years history, the past was written and played by a white British males. No, No. Roger Delgado. He was Spanish, I think. And he was very. Okay. If we're judging people by skin color, which is, I can't believe how much we've gone back in time. But if that's what we're doing now, you racist little piece of shit. If that's what we're doing now, Roger Delgado was the same tone as Sacha Dhawan. So, and he's the prototypical master. And he played him like a swarthy, like Middle Eastern gentleman, right? That's how he's supposed to be. So I don't know what bullshit that you're on, mate. It's like it just utter nonsense. By white British males. This changed in 2017 when Moffat cast Michelle Gomez as the first female master. That worked because I think Michelle Gomez was excellent. I think she imbued a bit of Ainley, a bit of Sim, a bit of Delgado. I felt that it was the same character, right? And Chibnall opened up even further. He cast Sacha Dhawan as a scheming Time Lord to allow him to be the first British South Asian actor. I mean, like, really? I mean, we're getting so, like, specific. The first British South Asian actor. Oh, yeah, because, like, British South Asians, they've had a hard time, and they need somebody to play a supervillain. Okay, to play the role, according to Digital Spy. Who cares? Chibnall's casting system was absolutely spot on. Dhawan brings a unique blend of classic and new to the style of the master. Not really. He played him more like an insane meddling monk than he did the master. Displaying eccentricities of John Sim. It's just over the top. An Sim incarnation coupled with a more suave and manipulative undertone of Roger Delgado's iconic portrayal. Which again, Roger Delgado, same bloody skin tone as Sacha Dhawan. Well, that was rough. That was rough. That was absolutely rough. Then I got 10 ways Rusty Dave was the best showrunner. I can't, mate. I can't. What are you trying to do to me? So there you go. Screenrant is a irredeemable rag, and I think that's what I'm looking for. It's an irredeemable rag. Sue Mac Perish. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell, so you're notified when new videos drop.